Oh, it's Mr. McFeely.
I have seen the future, and he was wearing number 5, and I ain't talking about Robbie Grimsley, folks.
Took out the muffins, took out the trail mix, took out the cookies. They stole the monster cookies.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Let's do some broadcasting.
All right, it's that time with our guy Mike McFeely. Joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:35. I love our viewers that love our repeated guests. Mike is obviously on every Tuesday. We got an email already waiting. I got this on Saturday to ask you, okay?
Wow.
So this is good. Dom, when you have Mike in on Tuesday, can you guys discuss USD not doing a post-game presser? To say before the game they only have one if they win seems ridiculous, but is this more common than fans may think? I don't want to shovel dirt on them if it happens frequently. Maybe the Missouri Valley should mandate pressers for conference games. Love the show.
Yeah, I wasn't that offended by it. I wrote about it. I led my column with it.
Struck me sideways,
but
honestly.
But it was odd in the fact that they said before the game, like
yes.
if we win,
yes.
we're going to, and if we lose, we're not. And if we wanted to, we still could have walked over to the South Dakota locker room.
I mentioned that yesterday
and
on the
talked
show.
but it's like,
we're not going to do that, right?
No, I mean,
nope.
Just all the TV cameras and radio
stuff
is all set up in a room.
Yeah.
Go over there and talk. The fans, I appreciate the question. I don't know that fans care that much. It was a big deal. I got some messages from other media people just going, "What's going on?" It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's he going to say anyway? But the point is that you don't set out the parameters before the get like you're going to get on the road that much. The excuse was we want to get in the bus and get out of here as quick as possible.
Right.
So the 5 minutes that you.
How long would that take? 5 to 7 minutes tops?
What difference does it make?
Right.
I mean,
I didn't get that either. And frankly, the question I had, and I know you and I talked about it, and I mentioned it on the show yesterday, is why your starting quarterback is still in the game when it's 51-6 with 5 minutes.
It was 51-3.
Yeah.
Like I wrote about it. It was 51-3, and Bauman was still in the game, which I didn't understand that either because they still have a lot of season left. That's this game was over at halftime or earlier. And you're not going to take him out at halftime. Let him play the third quarter.
Right.
Whatever, that's fine. But I didn't. Yeah, I would have liked to ask why is he still in the game?
Because they took L.J. Phillips out of the game. He wasn't their star running back. Wasn't playing late in the fourth quarter.
I know the squads are smaller for conference road games because they're limited to the number of bodies they can take on the road, and so there'd be reasons for other positions to still have. But if Bauman gets hurt. I mean, whatever chance you have, you're done to make the playoffs. Right. You're done. I mean, he's So I did just a lot of things. I didn't think that they looked particularly ready, well prepared.
No,
South Dakota. That was a bad outfit.
Yeah,
just a bad outfit.
Well, we talked about it a couple weeks ago when they lost to Lamar. Like there's something
off,
something not good with the Coyotes, and we saw it come home to roost on Saturday.
Yeah, and so they had their couple of years, and maybe that's what it was going to be anyway. That they lost some good players to graduation, and South Dakota State clearly had a couple of recruiting classes there that were just completely dynamite. Yep. And those guys are gone, and so I know the Jacks aren't. They're still fine. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. 605. They're still fine. They're better than I thought they were going to be. I'll say that. I'll admit that I was wrong there. That I thought they would have taken a bigger step back, but they're not as good as they were in 22 and 23. They weren't as good last year as they were in 22 and 23.
Yep.
They probably maybe have the depth to sustain a little bit better. Some of the losses they had, South Dakota, with the losses they had in graduation, were probably going to take a step back a little bit anyway. And then with the portal and the injuries, they just got devastated, and there's just nothing left behind. Maybe it was their 2-year window, and
that's it.
Now maybe they're being back to South Dakota.
Another email comes in. Dom asked Mike about where Cole Payton's play through the first 4 games ranks for him. It's been pretty darn good.
I mean, outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I looked yesterday on Pro Football Focus. That's the analytics stuff, and North Dakota State of the. What is it, 300 or 270, whatever, I think 270 Division I football teams, FBS and FCS.
Yeah.
North Dakota State has the highest ranked passing offense
Of course they
in
do.
all of Division I college football.
NDSU.
And that's, I mean, again, you got to take into consideration they're being graded against who they're playing, not against everybody else. But North Dakota, let's repeat that. just so that everybody take this in.
NDSU has the highest.
North Dakota
rated.
State has the highest rated passing offense in all of Division I college football. And I did not check, but I think, because this was the case a couple weeks ago, Cole Payton is likely the number one rated passing quarterback in all of Division I football.
Just like we thought.
Which, in 2014, when Tim Polasek was slamming the glass at the Fargo Dome when he wanted to keep running
the ball,
the
A-gap
power against Sam Houston to just break their will, and they were just killing them with John Crockett and that offensive line they had that year. I know that I said at that time, as I looked back, as I was sitting down at the end of the press box, I looked back at Polasek with his red face, pounding the glass. Get up the line of scrimmage! Get up the line of scrimmage! I'm just going, oh my goodness. I knew at that moment that in 2025, that NDSU would have the top-ranked passing offense in all of Division I college football.
Well, we knew their wide receivers were talented, obviously coming back, but the ability for Peyton to get them the ball was the giant question mark. And boy, he's been dynamite through the first 4 games.
The offensive line has protected him well. And the scary part for everybody else is that when you see the play that I know you've referenced and shown the highlight of a lot, because I watched the show yesterday, where he scrambled for 20 yards on 3rd and 17, and there's guys bouncing off him. The number 13, I think, comes up to make a tackle and bounces off him.
Correct.
And Peyton goes for another 10 yards and then goes down and gets the first down. That was just a scramble. Plus, they added in, as you mentioned on the broadcast a couple of times, that they also added in for this game that they were going to run him more. And we've seen that historically for North Dakota State. Whether it was Carson Wentz, Easton Stick, Trey Lance, Cam Miller, that they sort of kept a lot of that in their back pocket until the games they really thought they might need it. And I don't know if they needed it this time, but clearly this game was a point of emphasis for the head coach and his staff.
Yeah.
And so they kind of unleashed a little bit of the quarterback run game as well. And there's just a lot of with all due respect to Barika Penu and DJ Scott, both of whom are running really well right now, the one thing missing is just the John Crockett type back, or Lance Dunn or Bruce Anderson, or in some cases you have all three, where you just go, there's a chance that if there's a crease, he's going to go 65 yards for a touchdown. And I don't know that they have that. I don't know that they'll need it. They didn't have it. Marty Brown last year never really got loose a lot.
One until the end of the season.
Yep, but and maybe that'll happen. But that's if you want to nitpick, which we always do in Fargo. Nobody else in FCS nitpicks.
No.
All the other media are so busy cheerleading for their home teams that they nitpick. We give a lot of positive coverage. I'm not saying that, but I don't know what else you're going to do when you win 95% of your games over 15 years. But if you want to nitpick, they're missing maybe that, Walter Payton Award winning type running back.
Yeah. He might be the Walter Payton Award quarterback. Though, which is ironic considering the year that Cam Miller had last season.
Arguably the best year a quarterback has ever had at North Dakota State, if you take everything into consideration. And he didn't win it. And Malott was Montana State.
Right.
I mean,
it's not like he wasn't deserving to win.
Right. But let's say like Easton Stick did not win the Payton Award his senior year.
Which he deserved to win it.
And Cole Payton, as of right now, and it's always an uphill battle for NDSU players to win national awards because there's just this fatigue and this resentment and this dislike around the country for North Dakota State. And yet at the same time, some of those people holding those feelings don't want to see them move to FBS because that would then be, a positive for NDSU. So they resent and hate NDSU, but they don't want them to leave because that would then be a good thing for NDSU, and that's what they want. And so then they'd rather root against them so that they're unhappy instead of getting them out. Well, it's long. It's a complicated relationship.
Oh man, how they have played defensively too. I want to do this before we go to break. I want to talk about Illinois State on the other side. They are fast on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Faster than I think they have been in recent years.
Looks
out
like
of the
it for
linebacker
sure. Yeah.
spot that they're getting to play.
They have some athletic defensive linemen
I guess
as well.
that was my point.
You have
on that.
athletic defensive linemen that can move side to side.
Keenan Wilson's just flying
And
out
just
there too.
Keenan Wilson's fantastic. Obviously, Dutenheffer is the
Really
kind of the
good.
guy. He's been really good.
Toby is what
Toby
he is.
and Nene is
Yep.
outstanding. And it's just they're better there than I thought they were going to
Yeah.
be. I thought that they were going to be good, but I think they also have some depth there. So we'll see. And nothing's guaranteed. They can go into normal and lose the game. It's college football. Weird things happen. It's a bunch of 18 to 22-year-old guys that got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, let's break. We come back. Much more with Mike. We'll talk about the game in normal and a couple other topics I want to get to before we wrap up our first hour. Back with Mike McFeely on this Tuesday morning edition of Hot
Here's
Mike.
Ari
Right after
Patu.
this. Welcome back, everybody. Another email comes in. I've been saving this one, so just Dom, can you ask Mike how he feels about the combined records of Northern Illinois and UTEP as the newest members of the Mountain West Conference?
I'm one of these
I'm
guys.
serious, that was in there. I'm sorry.
I'm one of these guys who
Oh,
spends
man.
way too much time on my phone because I have a brain that I just can't shut off, and so I've always got to be doing something, reading something, and most of it goes toward reading a newspaper or a magazine article or whatever. I just happened this morning
Yeah.
to be looking at the athletics rankings of college football teams
Oh, boy.
from Chris Fanini, and
Yeah.
also I was digging through the Sagarin ratings and Bill Connolly's
That's really cool, actually, for you,
rankings
for
at
college football nerds.
ESPN.
That's good stuff. Yep.
And Northern Illinois and UTEP
Yeah.
are among the worst
Oh.
FBS programs in college football. And so you and I have talked about this before, maybe even on Saturday, but let's all give a round of applause to the Mountain West presidents for choosing Northern Illinois, which is one of the worst Division I college football programs, FBS,
1-3.
in the land.
Yep.
They were they got a big victory on Saturday though, 6-3
Over San Diego State.
over
right?
San Diego State. Or was it the other way around?
No, they lost to San Diego State.
lost to San Diego State.
Their only win is an FCS win.
Yes.
They beat Holy Cross
Yes.
to start the season.
Yes. So Northern Illinois lost 6-3 to San Diego State, and Northern Illinois is terrible. And that's the school. I know that there's other things in play here,
Yep.
but geography isn't one of them.
It's definitely not
You
there.
cannot
Nope.
say
Nope.
president at name your school, New Mexico or something. You can't say that geography played a factor. You can't say that media market played a factor.
Nope.
I'm not sure you could say enrollment played a factor in any of this. You can't say that.
Nope. Nothing. Nope.
You can't say that brand. You can't say that quality. It was a football only. Keep this in mind.
Yep.
You're not having all of your Mountain West schools have to send all their teams to Fargo, or in this case, DeKalb.
Cal. Yep.
It's just football, and it's every other year. And these pinheaded, pointy-headed morons who are leading the Mountain West Conference can't see beyond their own arrogance and their own selfishness to say, wow, North Dakota State's pretty good at football. Don't know that it's quite the national brand that they want us to believe in North Fargo, but people do know about North Dakota State football.
Yep.
A casual college football fan would say, oh, yeah, NDSU's that school that wins all the championships, right? I go back to my time in Plano, Texas, standing outside a restaurant in Plano 10 years ago. And it was a guy and a gal, older gentleman with his wife, who was not as old as he was, which is interesting. Significantly not old. But anyway, she says, well, what's with all these people in green and yellow?
Yeah.
And he says, oh, that's North Dakota State. They come down here and kick the dog out of somebody every year. Doesn't mean that everybody in the country thinks that way,
No.
but some rando Texas guy knew about North Dakota State.
Yep.
Do you think anybody in the country right now is going,
Uh-huh.
boy, Northern Illinois,
Yeah, right.
wonder what they're up to
Yep,
these days?
yep. Nope. By the way, UTEP is also, turning it up at 1-4 to start the
But
season.
I mean, I can sort of go, okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it's
a
Texas.
school. Yeah.
They're bad, but they have some
Yeah.
possibilities there.
Yeah.
Northern Illinois sucks. And they're in DeKalb, Illinois, which is, again, it's
Yeah,
so
right.
if you want to talk about geography,
No.
screw you.
No.
It's not, no.
I didn't mean to set you off there, but
That's
I had to
okay.
get that
I want to say
email.
one more thing, by the way. Let me get a drink of my water.
Okay, yes.
I'm all worked up.
Well, you have the pulpit here. Go for it here. Let her rip.
I also was thinking about this on Saturday. I don't want to get it out of my brain before I forget about it. Can we acknowledge that Matt Entz knew what he was doing when it came to recruiting?
Oh yeah. Yep. I've talked about that before.
I mean,
Yep.
people were all over him, and I had my criticisms, and I voiced some of them publicly, and others I didn't. Some of them I said right to his face, because that's the kind of guy I am. But when you're looking at the Bison today, and you're going, Donovan Woolen, wow.
Yep.
Guess
Yep.
who was the head coach when he was recruited?
Yep.
Oh my God, Nathan Stalling. Guess who was the head coach?
Jackson Williams.
Jackson Williams, Toby Anini, Cole Payton,
Yep.
Barika Penu, Bryce Lance,
Marty Brown.
Jackson Dutenheffer,
Yep.
Marty Brown,
Yep.
Cody Heisman,
Yep.
name it.
Yeah.
Other than a couple of transfers, and this is no knock on Tim Polsek.
no.
We know Tim watches the show religiously. I'm not knocking Tim Polsek. I think that recruiting, there's a chance it takes an even bigger step up. Because
I think it has, actually, with the
they're
guys
aggressive,
you have.
and
Yes.
they are
Yes,
out
sir.
there. They're doing
Yep.
things. But can we just bury the narrative that Matt Entz couldn't recruit and the program wasn't falling apart? It clearly, there were some positions that were hurt by recruiting and transfer portal, by the way.
Yep.
When you look at safety last year,
That's clearly one.
clearly one of them. Running back, I don't think has been where they've wanted it or needed it to be.
Tight end was
Tight
probably
end
another.
was,
Yep.
but the majority of this team today,
Yep. Yeah.
which we're all raving over, was recruited and signed and committed and stayed
Yep.
and developed under Matt Entz.
Yes.
So that's my second soapbox thing.
I got you. Appreciate you saying that. Give us a couple of sentences, words on Illinois State. What do we expect of the Redbirds? Have not beaten the Bison since 2010.
I want an answer right now about why this game is at 6:00. That's all I care about at this point. So you talk about if
I wish I had a good one.
I don't know, so I got to be careful here, but whatever. If it's some sort of like mental play, like
it's gamesmanship.
yeah,
kind of thing?
gamesmanship. If it's some sort of gamesmanship thing,
Well, it's a whiteout, I know. So I don't know if they do
I
this. I think they do this every year. The South Dakota State got this treatment a couple years ago.
what was the score there?
I believe it was 42-10. It was a lot to a little. The Jackrabbits won handily that day. Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah.
college football should be played, especially a network televised game.
Correct.
This is not on ESPN. This
Nope.
is the Valley game of the week, I think. So it's going to be on,
It's on
some
ESPN
streaming service.
Just ESPN Plus. Yep.
And so they're going to wait till 6:00 to kick it off. I'm already fired up about that. I'll be getting back at 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's, as we all know, it's
all about you.
me.
All about
Yes.
you is exactly right.
So it just makes everything miserable.
Yeah. I want to.
And so you're making fans wait around all day. And I know that the big thing is let's make the Bison wait around all day.
Right.
Let's make the Bison sit in their hotel.
So Youngstown State has done this. Western Illinois has done this.
How many games have those teams won against NDSU and they've done this? Let's play a night game. Screw them up.
They have not won. They did not. And in fact, the games weren't particularly close either. In that,
the South Dakota State game is going to likely be a night game, but that's an ESPN
Correct.
game.
It's driven by television
They'll
on that
put them in a
one.
window.
Yes.
We all know television has ruined college football, and so we may as well just get that out there. But I hope that one of Tim Polsek's rah-rah speeches is, you know what? They're making us sit around all day and sit in meetings and watch TV and be bored all day in a hotel. We're not going to get back until whatever.
So
1 o'clock in the morning to Fargo.
Correct. So. Youngstown's doing the same thing to the Jacks this week. That's a night game in Youngstown
that's going to make a big
difference. South Dakota State.
It's going to make a big difference. How about this? Recruit better.
Yeah, get better players, right?
Get better players.
Yeah.
How about spend more money on the sport that you care about, allegedly.
Proclaim that you care about.
And so that you can better compete. How about feeding your players, 3 squares a day year round? Instead of hoping against hope that, they're going to get bored and be watching football and then be sleepy at 6 o'clock at night.
Or their best players have left in the portal, so maybe they're not as good this year. So, right?
Yep.
All right, we got to roll. That was you were on fire today, man.
Well, you
Thanks
got me
for
going.
Bringing the hard. The emailers did. They were waiting for you. They wanted to hear your opinion.
They like to get me going.
There's no doubt about that. So
it's easy. It's not that hard to do. Don't pat yourself in the back too hard.
Thanks for coming by. Good to see you, bud. Mike McFeely joins us each and every Tuesday. We come back. We'll start our second hour. Wayne Weremeyer, head coach of the Davies Eagles, getting ready for number 1 ranked Shanley. When we come back.